Alrighty students, welcome back. Prior to watching this video, you should have already viewed the Doritos commercial on your own one time through. We are going to view that commercial again together here in a moment. However, prior to doing that, you will need this document. It's called Claim Evidence and Reasoning, and it's just a Google Doc that has some space on it for you to write. So what I'm going to have you do during the second viewing of this commercial that we're going to do here in a moment, I want you to write down everything you observed from the commercial. Remember, as an observation is something you see or hear. You're generally not going to be tasting, smelling, or touching this video, so use your sight and your hearing senses to notice some things and make at least 3 to 4 observations based upon what you see in this video. So let me get this going here.
Honey, have you seen our cat?
Nope.
Alrighty. So our next task is going to be to go back to that document, and you should make at least, again, 3 to 4 observations if you haven't already. So if you haven't done that yet, please take a moment and pause the video. If you need to view the video again, go ahead and do so and make 3 to 4 observations about what you saw or what you heard. What we're going to be doing throughout this claim evidence and reasoning is making a claim to answer the question, what happened to the cat? Okay, so I want you to take a moment and come up with your claim. When you're coming up with a claim, I want you to keep this rubric in mind. Okay, I've also linked this in your assignment today. So make sure you're making a claim that states and answers the question. Remember, the question we're trying to answer is what happened to the cat. So make a claim that answers the question, what happened to the cat? So take about 30 seconds to a minute to answer that question in the form of a claim. If you need to pause the video, go ahead. What you're going to do after that is give evidence. Why do you think that that happened to the cat? Give evidence to support your idea. You're going to get this evidence from the observations that you made above. So use those observations and write down each piece of evidence. You need 3 separate pieces of evidence to support your claim. Remember, if we visit our CER rubric again, to get a full points for the evidence section, you need to have at least 3 or more specific pieces of evidence. So make sure they're specific and make sure they're detailed. Go ahead and pause this video again and come up with your 3 pieces of evidence. Our next section I want you to do independently now is to come up with some reasoning. Make sure your evidence is connecting to your claim. Okay? It needs to be supported by multiple scientific reasoning. Make sure you have an understanding of the scientific principles. The reasoning is the most important part of a CER. Basically, what reasoning means is it elaborates upon why does that piece of evidence support your specific claim. So why does the fact that a missing cat sign was up support the idea that the cat is missing? Okay? So take a moment and come up with your reasoning. Your reasoning should be at least 2 sentences for each of these pieces of evidence. Go ahead and do that for a moment. Alrighty, moving on to our next piece here. I'm going to come up with some possibilities of things that you guys might have said at home. So maybe your claim was, in regards to what happened to the cat, I think the dog killed the cat. That could be one possible claim. Another possible claim you could have came up with is the dog ate the cat. And yet another possible claim is the cat ran away from the dog. So let's identify some of these claims and let's give them a score. So remember, our claim needs to both answer the question and state it. Our question we're trying to answer is what happened to the cat. So this first claim, does it answer the question what happened to the cat? Yes, it says, I think the dog killed the cat. In regards to what happened to the cat, it's also stating the question. Good, so it's stating the question and answering it. However, one way to make this claim stronger is to get rid of the words I think. If it's not your personal opinion, it will come across more factual and seem more relevant and be more argumentative. This second claim, the dog ate the cat, answers the question but doesn't state the question. So you can say, when answering the question, what happened to the cat, it is shown that the dog ate the cat. And that is the same with this bottom claim. The cat ran away from the dog. The cat went away from the dog, and that's where the cat went. So you need to both state the question and answer the question. It's going to be a little bit easier to state the question when we're dealing with science and not cats and Doritos. Some evidence you might have come up with. Some evidence might be the missing cat poster. If I could type. Another piece of evidence might be the dog burying the cat's, burying the cat tags. And yet another could be the dog bribing the man with the Doritos. So for reasoning for each of these, we need to remember to connect our evidence to our claim. Why does it support the claim? So why does the missing cat poster support the claim that the dog killed the cat? So you could say something like, state your claim, state your evidence, state your reasoning. Your evidence, there was a missing cat poster in the video. The reasoning behind why the missing cat poster supports the claim that the dog killed the cat is because generally when something is missing or possibly presumed dead or not around, you post a missing poster. Okay. One more thing I want to say when you're writing your CER, I want you to frame it like this. Oh, these are all different colors. Let me change the font here so you can see it. You should generally frame your CER in terms of your claim, and then your evidence one, followed by your reasoning one, your evidence two, reasoning two, and so on. Evidence three, reasoning three. Please make sure these are in complete sentences and in paragraph form. Don't just list out CER. Make them a cohesive paragraph. Okay. So one example of a CER based upon the question, what happened to the cat, in completion might be the following. There was a missing poster posted of the cat, which means the cat was missing. The cat was missing because the dog killed the cat. And it is covering up the murder. The dog is seen digging in dirt and covering up pet tags to hide the body of the cat. When someone is murdered, the body is usually hidden to hide the murder. So there's my evidence. The dog is seen digging in dirt and covering up pet tags. Reasoning, when someone is murdered, the body is usually hidden. If there are witnesses to the crime, they are often bribed to keep quiet about the crime. The man saw the dog burying the cat, so he bribed the man with Doritos to keep him quiet about witnessing seeing the dog disposing of the cat's body. So that would be an example of how a CER would be written about this specific topic. Make sure you turn into the next video so you can see what your homework assignment is for the night. And make sure you often look at both our CER rubric and make sure you are practicing writing a CER because it is going to be an important part of the class this year. Thank you.